Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning. A cold front passing through southeastern parts of the area early this morning. Behind that front, winds are kind of being reinforced out of the northwest, and they are picking up a bit. It's going to be a rather breezy day. There are a few clouds passing through with that front, even a couple of sprinkles over eastern Nebraska, but the clouds will be clearing up for most of us through the morning hours. A few extra clouds possible out towards the west. Notice the breezier winds out of the north and northwest today. Some sustained winds 10 to 20, gusts up to 30 miles per hour. The winds will quickly die down this evening as a weak area of high pressure builds in. We'll see an increase in clouds later tonight, though, as the next disturbance starts to move into the area. And in fact, by midnight, we may start to see some sprinkles or light showers across northern Nebraska. So after midnight, a chance of light rain, and then winds begin to pick up. Watch the wind speeds pick up through the late night hours. This takes us to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Still some lingering light showers or sprinkles around the area with those winds blowing now a little bit up around 10, 15, 20 miles per hour out of the north and northwest. Not far from us, there's going to be some snow up to our north in the Dakotas and Minnesota. We won't see any of that here, though. But the winds, as this whole system kind of clears on out of here, watch the winds Friday morning. The strongest winds will come during the morning and early afternoon hours. We'll see some very strong north and northwest winds. They'll be gusting up around 30, 35, 40 miles per hour. Now, we will get a lot of sunshine for the majority of the day because, again, those clouds, we'll back it up here a little bit here. Look how quickly those clouds clear on out of here in the morning hours. But despite the sun, it's just going to be kind of a chilly, raw day out there. Now the winds, they'll still be quite strong towards 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but they will begin to lighten up in the evening. So lighter winds for most of the area. High school football games, I'll take this just up to 7 o'clock here, but it's going to get pretty chilly out there. So if you're heading to an area high school football game, yeah, lighter winds, but bundle up. It's going to be a chilly one out there as high pressure builds into the area overnight. It will be a cold night ahead of us Friday night into Saturday morning. Now the weather looks pretty good once we get towards Saturday afternoon and into Sunday and beyond, but yeah, definitely going to be a cold start to our Saturday morning, as we'll show you that in just a bit. So your highs today, 60s and 70s, warmer the farther southeast you go, so you can kind of get an idea of that front making its way through and how the cooler air kind of lags behind the front a bit here, cooler and cooler the farther northwest that you go. Tonight, it will be a colder night than what we've been seeing recently, 30s and 40s for lows, and in fact, up north, skies are going to start to clear up early tomorrow morning, allowing those temperatures to dip into the 30s. Now, mid-30s is cold enough for frost to develop, but I think the winds will be strong enough to prevent that. Sometimes you need calm winds to get frosty conditions, so I don't think we'll see much of that early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be a windy day tomorrow, and highs only in the 50s. Not a pleasant day out there for your Friday, even with the sun. The sun's the only good thing about your Friday. Friday night, then, after from midnight all the way through Saturday morning at 9 a.m., a freeze watch is now in effect for almost all of the area, except for far eastern Nebraska, where it may stay slightly above freezing. Those areas will likely be put into a frost advisory here in the next 24 hours or so, eventually. I think places like Lincoln, Beatrice, Omaha, Nebraska City will be looking at a frost advisory. The rest of the area will eventually be upgraded to a freeze warning as we get a little bit closer to the time frame here. But many of these places will drop to near or below freezing during that time. You see the lows there, mid to upper 20s, low to mid 30s for overnight lows. And again, maybe just barely staying above freezing out east here. Still cold enough for frost. 36 and colder, you can get frost, especially when the winds are very light. So still a chance of frost there, widespread frost. And again, then you start talking a hard freeze right in here. When you get down to 28 or colder, a hard freeze is possible, killing freeze basically. Plants can still survive a little bit in low 30s, but you may want to consider bringing those in here and maybe even possibly draining out the sprinkler systems. But those that drop down around 28 or colder, you could be looking at a killing freeze. Nice recovery Saturday afternoon as we get into the 60s and low 70s, so it shouldn't be a bad afternoon. Very nice afternoon. The winds won't be terribly strong. Beyond Saturday, it looks actually really nice on Sunday here. So you can see the temperatures coming down here in the days ahead, the nights ahead as well. And as we look ahead to the rest of the weekend, Sunday looks fantastic right now. That's a top 10 day right there, one of my favorite kind of days weather-wise. Monday does look a little bit cooler. We're going to get a backdoor cool front that comes in from the northeast, so we are going to cool back, but the sunshine sticks around, so not a terrible day out there. Tuesday looks a little bit warmer. Tuesday to Wednesday, the temperatures start to warm back up into the 70s. Then comes our next chance of rain Wednesday night, and that will be followed up by some cooler air at the end of next week. And you see the drop in temperatures there, those final 3 days back down in the 60s. So kind of an up and down forecast. Most of our days aren't going to be terribly warm, not super warm anyway here. So definitely kind of settling into a fall-like weather pattern in the days ahead. So I mentioned the rain chances. We have that small chance again we already talked about for tomorrow morning right here. It's not much. Sprinkles, light rain. Our next chances probably won't come in until we get towards Wednesday night or Thursday of next week here. As we get this next system right there, there is Wednesday night. And then cooler air is going to come in on the back side of that here for the end of next week. GFS forecast model. Again, there's the showers tomorrow morning. It's not much. Sprinkles, light rain. GFS continues to insist on nothing, barely anything for our area. I'll keep it sprinkles and light rain chance going, though, for tomorrow morning. Then we jump ahead to Wednesday night. There it is right here, Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Some showers possible, followed by our next shot of colder air at the end of next week here. Our forecast model here. Again, you can see the cooler air coming. Next couple of days, we'll really feel it tomorrow and tomorrow night. And then warming up through the weekend. There's that backdoor cool front on Monday right there. Back it up right here. So here's Monday morning. Look at the cooler air coming in from the northeast. Then it warms up Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we get another one coming in at the end of next week. So you kind of see this. There's basically what there's going to be is there's going to be an upper level low right over the Midwest here. And that pinwheels around, so it continues to spin colder air around into our area from time to time there. So it kind of prevents the warmth out west from really building back in as we get through most of next week. The warmest days, like I said, will probably be Tuesday and Wednesday. So there you go. There is your forecast for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I will see you all again on Friday to wrap up this first week, full week of October. Until then, talk to you all later. Bye.